I would like to introduce our keynote speaker this morning, Mr. Durand Blanding. Durand.
Thank you, Wayne. Good morning, and thank you for attending this Memorial Day service. This cemetery was started in 1861. Prior to that time, burials were made in the hillside next to the Presbyterian Church on Kentucky Street. With the creation of this new cemetery, the bones of the Indians and the whites were moved from the old cemetery and reinterred here. Our American Legion post was created on December 13, 1919, by the local veterans of the First World War. It was renamed Amherst I. Hanson Post in 1926 after the first Legion Post member to die. It was in that period that our Legion started arranging these Memorial Day services. The first Memorial Day service I remember attending was in the early 1930s, and at that time, the American Legion of St. Croix Falls was made up entirely of World War I veterans. It was not until 1945, when the World War II veterans started returning, that the ranks of our color guard swelled. As time went on, veterans of the Korean War joined the ranks. Then Vietnam vets. Then veterans of the Gulf War and War on Terrorism. Our color guard is ever-changing, but always dedicated to honoring those veterans who have gone before us. When I was young, there were veterans of the Spanish-American War and the Civil War still living. My father, who was born in 1884, told me of remembering veterans of the War of 1812. And he told me of his father telling of remembering veterans of the Revolutionary War. So all of the wars of our great country have been fought within the memories of just 3 generations. So how close we are in time to all those departed veterans that we honor here today. Pay special attention as you hear the roll call of the dead. These are not just names. They were real living people, all of whom have stories, just like every one of us. Please listen for these names. J.S. Baker. He was a major in the Civil War, wounded and a prisoner of war at Libby Prison in Richmond, Virginia. Norton J. Field, a member of the Wisconsin Iron Brigade during the Civil War, Assistant Sergeant at Arms of the House of Representatives in Washington, D.C., died in 1908, buried here to be next to his parents in this cemetery. William J. Vincent. He was a first lieutenant in Company F of a unit known as the St. Croix Rifles, a unit organized by Morris Samuels to fight in the Civil War. Vincent Street in St. Croix Falls is named after him. O.K. Oscart, a veteran of the Spanish-American War which was in 1898. Earl Palmer, First World War, wounded in action in France. We have his uniform in the St. Croix Falls Historical Society. But in addition to our veterans, we also honor our departed family members, our friends, and our fellow community members who lie here in this beautiful cemetery. Those we loved and who loved us. Memorial Day is a time for us to remember what a wonderful heritage those honored dead have left for us. A country with freedoms and prosperity unmatched anywhere in this world. As you listen to the roll call of the dead, be appreciative of what they have done for us. Thank you.